Hello, my name is Orlando Scalia, and I am the principal clarinetist of the opera and the Ozarks Orchestra. During the year, I'm the bass clarinetist of the Symphony of Northwest Arkansas, as well as the Fort Smith Symphony, and I am also the acting associate principal clarinet of the South Dakota Symphony. I can be seen performing through the Midwest and also Florida during the year. Today, I am going to help you prepare for your all-state audition. For this year's Arkansas All-State auditions, we have to prepare 2 Rose studies, or etudes. The slow one, number 3, it's really a study in legato playing, like all the slow ones are. But it does have some tricky spots that we should be looking at. At the very beginning, we have a bit of a treacherous trill. We have a trill from G sharp to A, so that we really have to figure out how to maneuver that one. It's kind of, at least for me, it's hard to do it with the regular fingering like this. It is possible. Yeah. It's a little clumsy, and that's pretty much as fast as I can make it go. You don't have to make it very fast either, but I have a different fingering for that. For that one, I like to go like this. Did you see what I did? I actually held the G sharp with the middle finger so I could trill with the index. That's an option. You certainly don't have to do it, but if it does make it more comfortable and you get to a point where it's faster and easier, practice it. I've also seen people go like this. Which, that one, first of all, you have to hold the bell of the clarinet between the knees, which I'm not a fan of, to actually do that. And it's kind of hard to get it right every time. So try not to do that one. But you could if you feel so inclined and it feels easy. Okay. Then another thing we really have to pay attention in this one are all the rhythmic values. We have triplets, we have 16 notes, we have 30-second notes, we have a lot of different stuff here. And they all should be correct. So you should always have a subdivision going. Even when I start, I'm actually thinking, I'm thinking of the 8th note. That makes it easier for me, and it'll make it easier for you to actually play the correct rhythms. A lot of the times we have the actual either 30-second notes, sometimes 16 notes, starting not on the downbeat but right after. So when that happens, just like measure 24, we have the 30-second notes there. It'll sound like... Sorry. So that part again. I like to think of the notes that happen after the beat as going to the next beat. So don't think of the G, A, B happening after the beat, but think of those G, A, B happening before the C that's coming up. G, 鸡 da 吧 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 da bum bum, ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba dee ba dum, and that really makes it flow better, and it does make it feel like those notes are not going to get stuck. And you should feel like that every time you have a rest on the beat, such as measure 33. We have bum, ba da da dee da ba da dee da ba da dum. So really think of going to the next beat. Once we pass that empty downbeat, just keep on going. Don't think about that beat anymore. Just keep on going. Some other considerations is that we have trills, we have grace notes, but I want you to practice it without the trills and the grace notes first, so you get the correct rhythm. Which, that brings us on to the next etude, the next excerpt. This is number 11. Okay, so in this one, right at the beginning, we have a really awesome arpeggio, an F major arpeggio, right? You should really know the tendencies of your instrument. Normally the tendencies are that the low note is gonna be flat, the low F, especially if you actually play it like a real forte. Okay, then once we go over the break, we have those tend to be on the sharper side. Depends on your instrument, of course. And then we have that high F, which in most instruments, that high F is going to be flat. So you have to make up for it by going a little higher, right? And make sure that you have this key on, the D sharp E flat key. If not, it'll sound like, that's really flat. We don't want that. So to make sure that you're playing it in tune, there are a couple of ways to go around it. You can set a tuner, a drone, on an E flat concert, or F, and just match that. You could just put on the tuner until you get the happy face going, which that's okay. I'm not a fan of just the tuner by itself. I like the drone better, so it trains your ears, and it works better too, because not in tune is not always in tune. And the other way is to sing. If you sing the line, if you can sing it in tune, you can play it in tune, because your ears won't let you play it out of tune. Okay. And then we have, in the third bar, we have so we have to make sure that we have that grace note there and a trill, but they have to be in rhythm. So the most important thing is so whatever ornamentation you put on it, it still has to have that, that rhythm, that rhythmic integrity to it. Ornaments are just that, ornaments. Just decoration. They're not the most important part of the whole thing. So what I would do is, first I would practice it with a metronome, of course, without the grace note and without the trill. And then once I feel really comfortable with that, I would only add the grace note. And it happens before the beat. Da dum bum bum byam, la dum bum bum byam. Once I feel good with that, I will try to add the trill. to make sure to solidify it, I won't even go on. I'll just go. Try to make sure that you have the dee dun 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 dum dee da dee da dee da dum. Maybe 2 cycles of trill. No more, because if you put more, you know the train's gonna leave. Okay. Then in measure 53 we have 6 couplets, right? Da 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 da. That's why it's really necessary and really important to subdivide. So when I start this piece, I'm actually subdividing, even before we start, I'm subdividing the 8th note. So bom, ba da ba da ba da ba dum. I actually go dee 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 da 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 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 dee dum 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 da dee da dee da dee da da. So once I get to the 253, I can go da ba da da ba da da ba da da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba, and I actually know how long those are supposed to be, right? Okay. And another thing I do, which I recommend you do, is I know a lot of people who never use this key. They only think that this is the only way to play B flat and E flat. Oh, go ahead and use it. Some nice person that built our instrument put this key there, so use it. Okay? Use all the keys available on the instrument. Okay. So, and then, speaking of using all the keys available, look at measure 60. We have to go C, B, B, A flat, right? So you have to make sure that first C you play it on the left, so you can play the B on the right, so you can play the A flat. If not, you're going to get in real trouble. So really pay attention to that. Yes, so use all the keys in the instrument. Really feel like your air is going through the instrument the whole time, especially when we have the octaves in measure 55, 56, 57, and 58. In measure 57 and 58, we have those octaves that we really they should really feel easy. They should not feel like they're constricting. So what I would do is try to think of the low note as being louder than the high note, right? Because the high note's gonna be loud anyway. But if you really feel that the low note is getting enough air, it'll keep the high note from being too loud. Alright, so a lot of this is just gonna be working with the metronome, slowly at first, until it feels comfortable, and then you can bring up the tempo, and really use all the keys available on the clarinet. No rolling around, just make sure the pinkies should know exactly where they're going. Alright, excellent etudes, enjoy them. I hope you found these ideas helpful for your preparation. Enjoy your work, and good luck in the audition.